Cuddle time with my little man. Stay with me for a second. Hi. How's it going? It's a beautiful autumn day today. I'm outside with my pottery wheel, and I have a big challenge in mind. This is actually the largest lump of clay I've ever had on my pottery wheel. It's almost bigger than my duck Audie here. So today we're gonna be brave and we're gonna try this. At the same time as I've been developing my skills in pottery, I've been outside, collecting inspiration in the nature around where we live. In spring, with all the new baby animals, insects, and singing birds. In summer, when the world explodes with life at the same time as parents aggressively defend their territories. In autumn, where the squirrels are catching nuts for the winter and I'm spending all my time befriending birds in the neighborhood. And in winter, where the cormorants have returned to roost, there are more birds than ever on the lake, and it's easier than ever to catch them on camera, now that all the leaves have dropped. Out there is where I find my inspiration for each and every project, and maybe you'll be able to tell which one of these shots I drew from when you see our final product. You know, you should probably head back and start getting to work. That was so humbling. I really struggled so much, and I think I probably should have started with some sort of warm-up because that took probably 30 minutes for one pot. Are you having a good day, Audie? There are so many leaves, which means so many insects hiding under them, huh? A very busy foraging day for our three musketeers. The next day, I went back out to trim our pot, but I didn't realize my SD card became full while I was working, so I only have a few satisfying ribbons to show you guys before decoration. But first, I want to send a huge shout out to this week's sponsor. I have been a huge power bank user for years. I've tried some really good power banks, specifically a lot from Bluetti, who is kindly sponsoring today's video, but I have never once been able to comfortably hold a power bank in my hand, no sweat. This is my favorite power bank I have ever had, bar none, and I'm so happy that I finally have it in my hands. This is the Elite 30 V2. One of the lightest, most compact, most user-friendly power stations I personally have ever had the pleasure of using. I love it so much, you guys. Of any power station I have ever tried, and at this point I've tried well over a dozen, this one right here is definitely the best for beginners to power banks. This thing is only 4.3 kilograms, which is less than 10 pounds for those of you who are in the States, and it's just really user-friendly. I think even a child could use this and easily carry this around, which says a lot because a lot of the power banks I've tried in the past, you couldn't say that for. Since it's rated for 600 watts, it is definitely enough to run most small devices at once, and you can also activate powerlifting mode to handle higher resistance devices like electric kettles and small ovens. It whipped up a kettle of tea for Ellie and I in just around 5 minutes. I've actually been out here for a couple hours now already. I had this charged to 100% and 2 hours later it is at 80% after pretty much ongoing using my pottery wheel. That makes it the perfect day-to-day companion. Very, very excited about this power station and I will be using it quite a lot now. If you guys are interested in checking out the Elite 30 V2 or some of the other products that Bluetti has to offer, they have power stations for virtually any energy needs you could possibly think of. You can click the link in the description box below. Bluetti is also offering you guys a special discount when you use my code. You can also find that down in the description box below. Thank you so much to Bluetti for sponsoring this video. I have never loved a power bank remotely as much as I love this little guy. It's finally time to decorate around 3 days later when our pot is hard leather dry. And for this process, I'm doing an art form called sgraffito, a new favorite technique of mine where a top layer is scratched away to reveal a different color, our clay body, underneath. To start, I painted 2 thin layers of green colored slip, and once that dried, I roughly painted with underglazes to map out our carving. It's really hard to see the vision at this point, and since I'm definitely an intuitive artist who is trying this for the first time, I didn't do a whole lot of planning this time around. To be honest, I don't know if I'll ever be that much of a planner. That said, the top layer of turquoise leaves and flowers were heavily inspired by the work of an artist from New Zealand called Harlina Teo, whose website is in the description, credit where credit is due. That said, all of the herons, the beech trees, the branches, and the composition of everything, even the mimicked leaves and flowers, are my own. Then comes the fun part, carving in all the details. I don't have the best tools yet because I'm brand new, but I really don't think you need the best tools when you're starting out. Just work with what you got. I'm using a beginner pottery kit I purchased online for around 10 euros, and I just got into the flow and went for it. Enough talking for just now, here's some more satisfying carving shots. The final step before bisque firing is the most tedious of all, scratching away all the background where I want the clay body exposed. For reference, almost all of these clips are sped up to 2000%, and I was sitting there happily carving away for 2 full days. Truly though, I am so hooked, I want to do it over and over and over again. This is what the pot looked like out of bisque, and you can see that the colors do change a bit, but they are definitely not their final form. I add on 2 coats of transparent glaze, put our pot back in the fire to 1220 degrees Celsius, and wait 2 days before the final reveal. I also made a little water catching pot off camera, and you guys will see that when I show you the final product. I don't know if you guys are ready. Are you sure you're ready? It's a few days later. We have been through a bisque fire, a glaze fire, to reveal our finished piece. This is my favorite thing I have ever made, by far. The colors turned out better than I could have hoped. I feel like ever since I started working with Sgraffito, which is not very long ago, this is my 2nd pot, it feels like something is clicking into place. And I just have so many ideas, all nature inspired, that I really want to pursue right now, like right as soon as this is over. There's just endless potential. I was deeply inspired by an artist that I found on Pinterest, and I will put her work down in the description box below because I cannot take credit for the shape of these flowers or leaves. But so much of it was guesswork. The herons are of course my own. I definitely want to improve and get better. There's so many little details that I find imperfections, but really I see them as opportunities to keep trying and develop my practice. I literally looked at every single plant that we own, which is actually quite a few, before I decided on this little guy. And I feel really inspired to make more videos like this. I'm so inspired by the place that we live, and again, there's just so much potential. So that's it for this week's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.
What do you think, Draco? Good job, Draco. No.
Now we have one with Audie's artistic flair on it. I did it. That was the hardest centering I've ever done.
Is this one yours now, Audie? Audie, no.